Welcome back to the show. Leftist lawmakers in New York City, of which we have plenty, gearing up to allow some pretty radical legislation here, which, if approved, and it looks like it will be, would allow 800,000 non-citizens in New York City to vote in city elections. This is kind of the road they want to take us down, as you know. It's so radical, even somehow DeBlasio does not support it, but the city council thinks they can ram it through without him. The New York Times reporting the bill known as Our City, Our Vote would make New York City the largest municipality in the country to allow non-citizens to vote in local elections. Joining me now to discuss is New York City Councilman and Republican Joe Borelli. Good to see you, sir. Thank you so much for coming on. You're a major opponent of this, obviously. Tell us more about exactly what this bill does.
Well, it basically establishes residency for voting purposes after only 30 days. So someone can be here literally for a month, 1 month, and actually have a say in the long-term debt, the policies our cities enact, who our next mayor is, and sort of all the things we give as citizens as a right to choose. Someone here who lives now 30 days in this city would have that right.
30 days. My question is this. This doesn't encompass, though, like illegal immigrants, does it? I mean, if you just walked in from El Salvador and you come up here, you don't get it, right? You have to have at least a green card or something.
Yes and no. So, right, it does not include people who came here recently, but it does include DACA recipients. It includes people who've lived here for a long enough time, who have a green card. But even forget people who are undocumented. Think about just expats who live here. You could have, if this was an office, you could have actually voted for Eric Adams and Sadiq Khan in London in the exact same year because you're actually a citizen of the UK. So it dilutes the voting power of the 5.6 million registered voters in New York City and gives the vote to people who already are enfranchised voting somewhere else in the world.
Right. And DeBlasio, at least ostensibly, seems against it. Where's Adams going to stand on this? Because he's going to be the next mayor.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's in favor of it. But Bill de Blasio is right. It's not that often you get to say that, but Bill de Blasio, his gut instinct is right. No, it's not. And unfortunately, he doesn't have enough votes in the city council to sustain a veto. Right. So it looks like it's going to actually happen.
It'll actually, and you know what? It's just going to get even bluer here, I suppose. I suppose that'll be the impact. Maybe it won't. Maybe it'll help. You never know. Real quick, though, this seems to be, do you think this is kind of the first step? They just want to take us down this road? You know, let's start with non-citizens, and then we can get to illegal immigrants. I mean, this is all part of an agenda, right?
Yeah, you're going to see this push in New York City. You're going to see it succeed. Yeah. You're going to see it duplicated and replicated in cities around the country. And then you're going to see state legislatures having their hands sort of forced into making this part of their state constitutions and their state voter qualifications. That's the plan.
Exactly. Joe Borelli, well said. Staten Island.